Okay, greetings everyone, and welcome to another Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. I want to thank you for stopping by my channel, all my subscribers, all my well wishers, all my curiosity seekers, all my commenters. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for stopping by my channel. Um, first thing I want to say is that if you notice on my past couple of videos, I have my eye candy to make you click on my video. The reason I say that because all the time when I look at other bloggers, they always have this gorgeous Filipino girl, as the cover. But of course, she's not nowhere in the video. But it might prompt you to click on the video because you want to know more, you want to see more. And often the time, they are photos that, in my opinion, that have been just taken off the internet and put on there. Me myself, I have a problem with using other people's photographs because of copyrights infringement. So I always use my own photography. And man, let me tell you, if you were to see my personal collection of the Filipino girls that I ran through in the Philippines, wow, you know what I'm saying? But that's for my eyes only, But anyway, that's the reason why I put that little thing up there, my eye candy. And you know what eye candy is? Eye candy is something that's pleasant to the eyes. My eye candy to make you click on my video. What I want to do today, I want to start by going through a few of my comments. I really appreciate you, and what better way I can show you that I appreciate you is answering or reading your comments in my video. So let me get started. This first one is from Joey Burrell. Okay, I'm a real bad reader, but I'll do the best if I can. If I really have problems pronouncing the name, I will spell it for you. Joey Burrell writes, and reply to my video I post. Our prayers go out to my family, um, uh, uh, my she-man. Okay, so he writes, no one knows what land you're going to die on or when. Of course, we know what you're saying, Gerard, especially the when part. But if you're not into going anywhere in your life and never venture out like a lot of people don't, then I think it can be pretty much accurately predict the land that you will die on. But I like that. The Philippines is a place where old men die with a smile on their face. I got to use that one too. And your other Jim saying, she man, I'm glad you clarified that when you know that there are a lot of she boys there too. Just make sure your she man isn't a she boy because some of them are prettier than the real McCoy. And let me tell you something, he is absolutely right. When when I use the term she man, talking about my wife and everything, I am talking about she does everything. She is she builds shit. She fix shit. What I'm saying? She does. She does everything around here. I mean, which is good. So I say that because I don't know if you ever knew the sort of show. Let me see, Green Acres. Green Acres. There was a brother and sister team called Ralph and whatever it is, and his sister was just as much as a man as he was. She wore a utility belt and she could jump in there and fix things, things like that. So that's why I say, she's my she-man because she is, virtually my handyman. But when you talk about lady boys in the Philippines, my God, when he says some of them are prettier than the real McCoy, man, you don't know how many times. Now I have no problem, even when I'm with Mia and say, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Can I take a picture of you? And of course, they say, my not knowing that it's a lady boy. And then, I take a picture of her, hey, like this, and I'm talking, and then, I start thinking, you're too damn pretty just, hey, just to be a girl. So I would ask them, I said, are you a lady boy? And they say, yes. I said, wow. It blows me away because I can say, oh, you got me. One of those type of things, But yeah, Lady Boys. In one of my magazines, I put the cover on here, here it is. It's called The Lady Boys of Cebu, and it shows how beautiful they can be. Have I ever caught myself in a situation where is that I have unknowingly picked up a lady boy as opposed to a woman? No, no, no. Have I hung out with him? Yes, I hung out. Now, hung out with them means that I've talked to them. Especially late night. When you pass by, we'll sit and we'll chat. Like I even had up in my room and we'll sit, we'll have a drink and just talk. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just it's just my being that open of an individual, whereas I can talk to someone and not judge someone, for the decisions that they make on who they want to be and who they are in their life. That's an important thing to say. So yeah, I find lady boys to be very who can be very very beautiful, beautiful. And the part about not knowing what land you're on, yeah, you're right. There are a lot of people who never venture, who never travel, who you know, who were born and raised and will die, probably within the ratio of the same 10 blocks, that they were born, or the same county, and it's true. But often the time with that phrase, my mind is to those who who are a lot more, you know, outgoing, who travel. You know what I'm saying? People who are worldly people. I would say, and a lot of us do come here to the Philippines to die. A lot of old men. So in that aspect of it, yes, some of us do know the land that we're going to die on, and a lot of us old men come here because, like he said, want to die with a smile on our face, and that's that's what it's all about here in the Philippines, man. Keeping that smile on your face. So thank you, Joey, for your comment. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one, oh wait. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I forgot to start my timer. So I figure I've already talked about 5 minutes, so I figured out there like that. Okay, this next one is this is also from Joey Patel, and it's a long one, so we're gonna go through it. He says, "Hi, Gerard. I know exactly what you're saying. Partly due to just one, just one bad episode, but I nipped it in the bud. When I recognized the signs that she was sending, the usual the tied out plots of my mom needs this is that, my mom needs this or that, or there's no food, or no this or that, and the old calling you baby and sweetheart, though she just met you a day ago stuff. Now it's funny he mentioned that where he says that when a woman starts calling you baby and sweetheart, who just met you, you know what I'm saying, and but for an old man, those are important words. If you ever gone to a VA hospital, or if you go into a hospital where there's seniors in there, or a retirement home, or something like this, and they're sitting in a chair and just looking out or something like this, and no one to talk to, and a woman comes over and says, "Hi, sweetie." He said something. hello, it's So yeah, when I was in the hospital, when a nurse would say call me, so I said, look, don't call me sweetie. I'm not your sweetie. You know what I'm saying? To me, it can be a form of disrespect. You know what I'm saying, when you use those type of terms. But he's right. When you meet someone and they start calling you right off the bat, it's usually a con. And then he goes on and says, um, uh, it's partly just just use good old common sense. And also, it's been pointed out by many bloggers that 9 out of 10, when you finally meet in person, you find out there's no real chemistry and end up with someone else anyway. And so, why go through the hassle of contacting someone on and end up with someone else, and you end up with someone else anyway? So, why go through the hassles of contacting anyone online? Just come here. Well, personally, personally, I kind of reason that. Well, it is, if you know someone before you get here, then they can help you navigate being on a strange or a different environment and help you get established and learn the ropes or avoiding scams like paying the old typical stuff like foreign skin tax. I like how he puts that, the foreign skin tax. In other words, they charge you more because you're a foreigner. So having someone who knows the ropes is important. You know, where was that? Uh, so even not bloggers, and then you find out your baby, eventually anyway. And then you find your baby. Oh yeah, then you find your baby anyway. So going online with that in mind can be a win-win, no matter how it turns out in person. P.S. Of course, there's a chance that she has chemistry for you, but maybe not vice versa, or whatever reason, and she ends up being a femme fatale for you. But I would think that it's very small chance, so I'll take that chance. Um, in essence, in my opinion, what he's saying is that, meeting someone online and coming here to the Philippines, knowing that you have someone to meet you on the other end, is helpful to integrate into the country, into the culture, into the ways of the Filipino. Because yeah, there, you know, you want someone watching your back. One thing that I realized here in the Philippines, whereas in America, whereas that, if I'm a mark, a mark meaning that someone's trying to get over on me. When they go into establishment, she doesn't give that person a wink, and they know, oh, okay, I got you. Like this, yeah, we'll get them. Those type of things. So it's good to have someone who can help you navigate your way, in the country, and help you avoid those scams and what have you. And yeah, eventually, she may turn out to be a femme fatale, which means that a woman who causes problems, hassles, who can be very, destructive and chaotic in your life. But then, eventually, once you realize that and you shake that off, that eventually you'll find someone. You'll find someone who's compatible with you. You will find someone that you will ultimately, end up in a meaningful relationship. You just have to know what it is that you want and what you expect, and you have to try to have at least clear understanding of what she wants and what she expects. And of course, she wants to better her life, and it doesn't take a lot from a foreigner to come here to better a Filipina's life. They have, they don't. have the, weigh it all to really, know what it is that they want other than they want to eat. They want to eat and have a place to live, and they want to at least have some of the luxuries, like indoor plumbing, and in their life, and to help their family out. So know what it is that they want, and that's easily achievable for a foreigner to provide for a Filipina. But what do you want from her? You want someone to be there for you. You want someone to be there with you when you want to have somebody with you, and that's important. You don't need someone, hey, up under you all the time. If you're a person that likes every now and then, just go in, just go cook something. You can always send a cook. You're going to say, "What are you cooking?" You say, "What am I cooking?" Yeah, what are you cooking? In other words, go cook something. Because there's one thing about having, a beautiful woman around. Yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to have a beautiful Filipina walking around your house, with and camel toe attire. You know what I'm saying? It's wonderful, man. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, sometimes I look at my wife and I've been taking pictures of her. I mean, my God, and she's bad. She gives me that type of response when I say stop, just let me take a picture of that. In fact, I'll put one up right here. Okay, so here it is. So yeah, so I'm happy now. Now it comes at a cost. I have to tell you, having someone, you know, um, it comes at a cost. There's always a price you have to pay. There's always, a part of a relationship that you have to decide, do I really want to put up with this crap? Or what? It's a small thing to a giant. I'm, I can handle this. And that's what ultimately have to decide to do, and decide if you want to handle this or not. Because you know, we all are going to have parts of us that are things that the other person, doesn't like, or what have you, or deal with. Sometimes it's the emotional, the imaginary, girlfriend online. You know, I'm looking for a housekeeper, right? And for shits and giggles, the first girl who I met in the Philippines, and so who I've told the story, whatever, and she contacted me. Can I work? And I laughed. I said, "Are you kidding me? Are you real?" Now you have to know people. You have to know some people like to, like to joke. Some people like to pull your coat. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So I know in the back of her mind, she just wants to get into a dialogue, talking type of thing like this or whatever. But you know, and and I want to, I want to because we've had a couple of rough patches, but we also had the good patches, and sometimes you like to reminisce with the person who was, who you were with, just laugh and talk, like I said before, mostly all my girlfriends, I can call and chat and talk with and not feel that anger or oh, you got me, or like this. I mean, a lot of them say, because, I was very nice to them. There's another thing I want to put here. I want to talk about old girlfriends, and it just so happens that my my light boop pop, so the lighting's a little different. Okay, now if you go to my Facebook page, there is a girl there who says, "Is there a uniform?" Her name is Sunshine Daydream, and it's someone who I was involved with for a long time. And if you know her, she is a walking fashion statement. She makes her own image, her own, magnificence. I'll say it like this. So she asked me, "Is there a uniform?" Now, mind you, she lives in Vancouver, Washington, and she's talking to me in the United States about being a housekeeper. She said, "Is there a uniform?" I said, yes, for you, brolish. You know what I'm saying? So when I told Mary about it, she said, "You can't put that there because everybody was." I said, "No, if all the people looking at my Facebook are dumb enough to think that that's what I'm when I'm talking specifically to this person that it applies to them, well, there's nothing I can do about it. You know, better than probably anyone has ever been to them in their lives. You know, I paid this girl 5,000 pesos a month for a year. You know, after we separated. And, just so she can get her life together. Why? Because I appreciate the love that was shown to me, that was given to me, that allowed me to, you know to you know to love again. I appreciate it. I appreciate the help that she gave me. So but her working for me, I don't think so. Now when I was in Bacon, and she came to get her 5,000 pesos, because I would not send it by Palawan. I refused to let her be a girl that would go into a Palawan and say, yeah, I'm coming to get my money, yeah, I got this sucker foreigner on the line, he gives me 5,000 pesos a month. Nah, 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 nah. I refused to let her have that power. So I made sure she came all the way to Cebu. She came all the way here to Dumaguete, and she spent the night at my place. We talked, we had dinner. Nothing sexual ever happened, or anything sexual ever into our conversation, or innuendos never popped up, because it was just strictly business, and we talked. We had a good time. You know what I'm saying? And she got her money and she went back. So yeah, there were some good times, and she wasn't the only girl who ever given 5,000 pesos a month for a year since I've been in the Philippines. Okay, so anyway, so I'm almost running out of time because I'm watching my watch. So let me see if I can go. Joey B smiles. Let me see who else. K Dallas. Some people think you're more superior than others. People sometimes don't understand when they don't have your experience. Let me read that again. Some people think they're more superior than others. People sometimes don't understand when they don't have your same experience. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. You know, um, but even a part of feeling superior, in my mind, is wrong. It's wrong. You know, it's not superior. It's just that you have more knowledge. And when they don't have that same experience, yeah, one can feel that way coming from someone who does. That you think you're superior. You know, but you know if that's the case, then okay, so be it. But I'm looking at those who actually feel superior based upon their own culture, their own understanding of the Filipino. Their um, superiority stems from the color of their skin. I don't know why I'm hesitating to say it, but some feel that from the color of their skin that they are superior no matter what. And therefore I can do and say what it is I want to you, and you will listen and you will do. So anyway, thanks for your comment, K Dallas. Joey B, nice buddy, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there because I'm out of time. Okay, so remember, you're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly and always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see a vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali Woodson, former lead singer of the Temptation One song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. I'll always love you more. One thing I'm going to add, I talked about music. No, I'll say that because it's going to go into a little longer time. I'm going to put a little now this, and I hope you enjoy it. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, may you live to be 100. And me, minus a day. So I'll never know that nice people like you have gone away. I love you like a love song, baby. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Greetings, everyone. This is Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. We just sold our first puppy, and we watched enough of Judge Judy to know what we have to be done. I have to tell Chief that the dog has not had a shot. You have 10 days to take her to the vet and check her out. And if everything's okay, that's fine. If not, we'll give you back your money. But at least this way, we want you to take and know all the circumstances about the dog. Okay? Okay. Tell everybody your name.
Hi, I'm Errol Vincent Torres from
And this-
Tanhay.
I'm Shane Torres.
Okay, and this is
Vince.
Vince, and this is
Athena.
Athena.
Avina. They're all named after Vince here. Okay, Vince is a police officer here in our area, which is really a good deal. I always say hello to these guys in the morning, but when I'm passing through. So I just wanted to have a documentation of you guys buying the dogs, about the guarantee and all that stuff. It's the right thing to do. And everything. Okay, so we wish you good luck to the dog.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think.
Thank you, Athena.
Yeah, thank you. That's right. She knows. Thank you. Okay, I will excuse. Okay. Okay. With that, I'll be right back.